Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Lick Enforcer, and today we're going to be going over how to mod Morrowind with Mod Organizer 2 and OpenMW. I have my Morrowind game downloaded from Steam and installed already, and we're going to hop into this. All the links you're going to need are going to be in the description below, and we're going to hop over to the web browser now so I can show you how to get OpenMW and Mod Organizer 2. All right, so here we are at openmw.org. If you just click download from GitHub, it'll take you to the GitHub website with the latest release. Scroll all the way down to the bottom to where assets are, and you're going to download the OpenMW Win64.exe. Then we're going to head over to Nexus Mods. You will need a Nexus Mods account in order to download anything off of Nexus Mods. It's completely free, but this is where we're going to get Mod Organizer 2. So just come down here to Files and manual download right here for Mod Organizer 2. And you're also going to want to download this plugin for OpenMW, which is Mod Organizer to OpenMW. Again, go to the files, Mod Organizer to OpenMW 3.0.0. Go ahead and manually download that. Once you have those downloaded, go ahead and throw them into a folder. I'm going to head over to my mods folder right now and show you guys how to install Mod Organizer and OpenMW. So here we are at my mods folder. We're going to go ahead and install OpenMW first. So we're going to double click that. Yes. And we're going to go ahead and go through this setup. It's fairly simple. I agree. Tell it where you want it to install at. Want it on my F drive. Next, install. It's going to install, and I will be right back when it's done. All right, guys, it is complete. I'm not going to run it at this time because we're going to go ahead and install Mod Organizer 2. Just double click that. Then we're going to go through this installation setup and click next. I want mine to be in my F drive again. Next, 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 create shortcut, next, and install. And I will be back when it is done. All right, so it's done now. I'm not going to launch it just yet. This right here is the plugin I was telling you about. I've already extracted it to this folder here, which we'll get to here in a second. I'm going to show you how to go through the setup process for both OpenMW and Mod Organizer 2. All right, so I've got both shortcuts here, Mod Organizer 2 and OpenMW Launcher. We're going to go ahead and launch OpenMW first. And it wants us to run the installation wizard, which is what we're going to do now. So run installation wizard. Click next. It will help you install this game if you have it from a retail CD or DVD. It also will lead you to where you can buy the game if you don't have it yet. Again, I've installed mine through Steam. So we already have an existing installation. So I'm going to choose that. Click next. Then it wants us to show us where it's located at. So we're going to hit browse. Steam library, Steam apps, common. We're going to move down to Morrowind here. And then click data files because it wants us to locate the Morrowind.esm file. So I'm going to click that, click open, click next, next. And you do want to import settings from the Morrowind INI and import add-on and plugin selection as well. So leave those both checked and click next and finish. And here we are. We've got this done. Now there are settings you can go through here, including the advanced settings, but we're actually not going to mess with any of this just yet. We're going to go ahead and close out, head over to Mod Organizer, double click it. This is probably because I had this installed before, so you probably won't get this pop up, but I had this installed before, but I uninstalled it so I could show you guys how to install it. So I'm going to click OK. You should actually get this popping up. So it says create a new instance. We're going to go ahead and click next, and you can create a global instance or a portable instance. The difference between those is that a portable instance, it stores everything in the Mod Organizer's installation folder, and there can only be one portable instance per installation of Mod Organizer. Or you can create the global instance. That's going to store it where the local files are located, or the Mod Organizer files are located in your app data folder. Some of the paths can be changed to a different drive if necessary. A single installation of Mod Organizer can manage multiple global instances. That's key there. So we're going to go ahead and create a global instance here. You can do either or, but I'm going to go ahead and create a global one just because that way, if I want to use Mod Organizer 2 for another game, I can do so. And we're going to browse for Morrowind. So again, we're going to head back into our Steam folder, down to Morrowind, click that, select. And it wants us to name the instance. We're going to name it Morrowind, click next. Shows us where it's going to be located at. Click next again. Now it says creating a new instance, link Mod Organizer with your Nexus account. So we can go ahead and connect Mod Organizer 2 with our Nexus account. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And you should get this page pop up. Once this pops up, just go ahead and click authorize. And it says it's successful, so we can go ahead and minimize this. So it's got us here linked with Nexus successfully. So we're going to go ahead and click next. It asks us to confirm everything. It looks good to me. We're going to finish, and it's going to launch. Now it says here that you are starting Mod Organizer for the first time. Do you want to show a tutorial of its basic features? I would go ahead, if you're doing this on your own, go ahead and if you haven't messed with this before, click yes, and it will be very helpful for you. I'm not going to be going over all the features of Mod Organizer. I'm just basically going to be going over some of the aspects of installing these Morrowind mods. So if you do come across something that I don't cover while installing these mods, then at least you'll already have an example that you've been through or that you've gone through with this tutorial. So do click yes. I'm going to click no for this video. And it says Mod Organizer is not set up to handle NXM links. Associate it with NXM links. Go ahead and click yes. All right, so when you're done with that, we can go ahead and exit out because we're going to install that plugin now. Go ahead and double click the folder. We're going to copy these two files right here, OpenMW and OpenMW export. We're going to go to where our Mod Organizer is installed at. Head over there, you're going to see this modding folder, another drive that you installed it at, MO2, and plugins, and then paste those two plugins in this folder just like that. And that's pretty much it for that. To double check to make sure it installed correctly, launch Mod Organizer. And come over here, right here, to Tools, click that, and as long as you see Export to OpenMW, plugin is installed. We can close out of that. I've gone over how to install Mod Organizer 2. I've gone over how to install OpenMW and how to configure both of those applications. And now we're going to get into the modding section of this video. All right, so we are at the modding-OpenMW website. Go ahead and click Get Started right here. And we're going to click on Tweak Settings. And we're going to be dealing with the settings.cfg file that I'm about to show you. And it says right here, do not edit the settings-default.cfg. It's very important that you only edit the settings.cfg file. So in order to find that, what you're going to do, you're going to open up your File Explorer, go to Documents, scroll down to My Games, and then we have OpenMW right here. Double click that, and here is the settings.cfg. Go ahead and open it with Notepad++. You can open it with Notepad, but Notepad++ will be a lot easier for you. I'll have a link for that in the description down below as well. So once you open it up, you'll be met with this because we really haven't done anything as far as tweaking any of the settings inside of OpenMW. Otherwise, there would be a lot more to see here, but this is pretty bare bones right now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down. It gives you the different changes and what they are going to do if you're interested. Scroll all the way to the bottom. It says all tweaks. Just copy this, and we're going to paste it right here. Go ahead and copy over shaders and then paste. And then click save and exit out. Once we've done that, back out here, we'll open OpenMW. and double check. Lighting as shaders now. So it's changed some things. I'm going to go ahead and click here for full screen. I'm going to click my resolution 1920 by 1080, 300 frames per second. That's fine. And then we have advanced over here. You can do like toggle sneak, a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to, let's see, there's bug fixes here. I go ahead and check these off. Merchant equip fix just prevents merchants from equipping items that are sold to them as trainers choose their training skills based on their base skill points. So they will now only choose which skill to train using their base skill points, allowing mercantile improvement effects to be used without making mercantile an offered skill. And then there's other stuff you can go through here and kind of toggle on and off. Do keep in mind that you want to make sure that you don't actually tick off any of the settings that were fixed in the tweaks. So if something was turned on with that tweaks, just leave it on. So we'll head back over to modding-OpenMW. And the second line here, it says choose a mod list or browse available lists. I'm going to click all lists. And as you can see, there's 7 lists here, ranging from 19 mods to 362 mods. For the sake of this video, we're going to do the iHeart Vanilla Director's Cut, because in this list there's something, this Delta plugin. I want to make sure I go over that with you guys. That'll be like the last thing I go over. But we're going to go ahead and head over to Patch for Purists. So we're going to go ahead and click that first mod that we're going to be dealing with. And we have the description here, usage notes, plugins, the plugins that it has, and then suggested folder path. Go ahead and click the download. It'll take you to Nexus Mods and give you a rundown of what the mod does here as well. Click on Files, click Manage Mod Manager Download, and then click Slow Download here. It'll count down, and then you're going to see something here in a second. So it says allow this site to open NXM link. So go ahead and choose application here, and it's going to be the NXM links proxy open link. And now what that has done is it will launch this Mod Organizer 2 if you don't have it already open. And over here on downloads, this is where it's downloading to. So what we can do now is to install it, right click and install. So this will pop up and it'll have a name right here for the mod. You can choose one of these two, or you can name it something completely different if you want. Just go ahead and pick a name and click OK. It will install it over here. So go ahead and click plugins right here. And now we're going to go ahead and check off Patch for Purists. These 3 files just showed up when we clicked that. And you have an ESM file and an ESP, 2 ASP files. The ESM stands for Elder Scrolls Master. ESP stands for Elder Scrolls Plugin. The Elder Scrolls Master files need to come first. If we head back over to modding-OpenMW, you can actually see the organization of the files and how we should have them in Mod Organizer. And to do that, all you have to do is click on one and basically drag it up. And we can double check that. So yeah, that's exactly how we're supposed to have it. So now that mod is installed. Now we're going to back up. We're going to download the unofficial Morrowind official plugins patch. So if you scroll down here, it's got the description again, usage notes. So it says download both packages, install the data files from the main file, and the unofficial Morrowind official plugins patch.esp plugin from the merged and compatibility file. So like I said, this is where it comes down to paying attention to what this stuff says. It's going to be very crucial for you to pay attention to this because otherwise it will get very confusing. So we're going to go ahead and click open link in new tab, and we're going to go to files, and right here it says unofficial Morrowind official plugin patched. As you can see, there's only one. It says new FO mod format with all options. So we're going to go ahead and download that. Again, do the same thing. Slow download, it'll count down from 5 to 0. We're going to choose application, open link. It's going to start downloading in the Mod Organizer application. So here we have it. I'm going to click install. Now here it'll ask you which version would you like. Do you want the MOPP individual or do you want the UMOPP merged? Do you want the UMOPP merged? Click next. Compatibility version? Yes. Click next. Install Better Armor compatibility? Yes. Click next and install. So if we head back over to plugins again and we click here, you'll see that these two show up. We want this one to come first. And then we have this one right here. So now that's installed. So what they did with that mod is they went ahead and merged the files for us so we didn't have to. Like I said over here in the modding-OpenMW site, right here, what it said plugin from the merged and compatibility file. So they just took all that and did it for us so we didn't have to. So that's installed now. Let's go ahead and click back. I have Morrowind optimization patch. Click that. Down here, usage notes. Check this out. If you are using weapon sheathing, please be sure to see the page for Morrowind optimize patch, weapon sheathing patch. Okay. Also down here it says if you're following 1-day Morrowind modernization, expanded vanilla, iHeart vanilla, or iHeart vanilla director's cut mod list, be sure to also use the 01 anti-suck here and also 04 better vanilla textures. And then if you're using the graphics overhaul or total overhaul, you won't need the anti-suck plugin loading it with the data path, for it may cause problems when you run Delta plugin. So all this is very, very important. This is basically the hardest part of modding Morrowind, is just making sure you read the usage notes and you follow the instructions correctly. So we're going to go ahead and do this real quick. Open link and files and mod manager download. It says we need these two, so we already have them. Download, slow download, and we're going to go through this process again. This will be the last mod I show you guys because I want to make sure that I cover something real quick. So we're going to download it again. Over here to downloads, and as you see, it's downloading. Once it's done downloading, I will be back. All right, so it's finished downloading. Click install. All right, so we have 00 core. We have these right here. So if we head back to modding-OpenMW, it'll show you what you need here. So it says we need this, that. Okay, so let's head back. So we're going to click this. We're going to click this, the weapon sheathing patch. We're going to click this right here and this. So we're going to just install the whole thing. So go ahead and click. And again, remember, this is because we're using the iHeart Vanilla Director's Cut. Otherwise, we could probably click all this off except for that if you're using the total overhaul or the graphics overhaul one. You would just leave this unchecked. We're going to check all these. We're going to click OK. It's going to install for us. We head over to plugins, click right here, and we have these two that pop up right here. The other ones are installed as well. And then if you go back here, remember we had the weapon sheathing patched. Over here it said if you're using weapon sheathing, make sure you use this. So if we click here, as you can tell, it says this mod itself comes with the main MOP download under the 02 weapon sheathing patch folder. So they've taken this specific file and merged it with the other one. So again, just following directions, guys, using the usage notes to make sure that you're installing everything correctly, and everything should be fine. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over the Delta plugin down here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to download the zip file So click this link here. It'll take you to this page, and you're going to download the Delta-plugin 0.15.0-Windows-AMD64.zip. Once you have that done, we're going to actually create a file path or folder path in our C drive that's going to mimic this here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in your C drive, create a folder called Games, create a folder called OpenMW Mods, create a folder called Tools, and then a folder called Delta Plugin. And make sure that you don't have any spaces in those titles of those folders. Once that is done, you're going to go to this CF generator. We're going to ensure our plugin load order is correct. Down here, it's got the ESM files. It wants Morrowind, then Tribunal, and then Blood Moon. So let's open up Mod Organizer. So we need to move Blood Moon down below Tribunal. Once this is done, go ahead and export to OpenMW. Click OK and click OK. What that did is it created, or it modified and updated your OpenMW .cfg file. And that file needs to be updated before you run this command to create this .open or .omw add-on file. Otherwise, it won't work correctly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move to where we downloaded that zip file, extract it, double click into it, copy all 4 of these files here. We're going to move back to that file or folder path that we created. Click paste. Once you have that done, we need to open up a non-administrator PowerShell or Windows terminal. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy this path right here. Copy that. Go back to our terminal here. And then right click, it'll copy it in, and then hit enter. It'll create the file. We can close out of that. Move back in here, and as you can see, it's got the delta-merge.omw add-on file. So we need to do something to this file right now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to delete the OMW add-on and replace it with ESP, and click yes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut the Delta plugin folder. Go into your C drive. Make sure that you have show hidden items on so you can get to this file path. Go to users, username, app data, local, all the way down to Mod Organizer. Double click into it, Morrowind, mods, and then paste that folder in there. We're going to exit out of the Mod Organizer right now because we just modified it. And then we're going to go ahead and relaunch it. And then you see the Delta plugin is right here. Go ahead and click it. And here's our ESP, the delta-merged.esp that we created. So now what we're going to do one more time, export to OpenMW, click OK, and OK. Now, anytime you guys add or update your mod list, you need to run the delta-merge.esp again and go through that step that we did. Make sure that you disable it though before. So like, let's say I added new mods to this. So I would click here to disable it. I would come down here, I would export to OpenMW again to update that. I'd go through the whole process and the Windows terminal of creating the file again. And you can actually follow the path that you put the Delta plugin folder in this time around. So you just go back in and copy that address as text, and then paste that in to the terminal, and then go ahead and hit enter. It should replace the Delta plugin. Make sure that you close Mod Organizer, reopen it, and then you can enable your Delta plugin again. So once you have that done, we can actually close out Mod Organizer. We can launch OpenMW. And over here, everything is in order. We have all of our mods in order. We have the delta-merged down here. That always comes last. That always comes last. So now with that done, we can go ahead and click play. Game should launch. and we're ready to play with our mods installed, guys. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. Also subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos, and comment down below with any questions or comments that you might have, and I will respond as soon as I can. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. You guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.